Are you on the booze again?
Sure am, Ollie.
What is it this time?
Vodka. I've decided to drink a bottle of vodka every morning until I die.
Which will be about next Wednesday morning.
With a bit of luck.
I've booked you an appointment with the doctor.
You what?
10:30.
Forget it.
You're going.
I'm not.
You have an abscessed foot that won't heal. You're always thirsty and your waterworks are all over the place.
Do you mind?
I hear you in the night. Up and down, tinkle, tinkle, little star.
How dare you monitor my weeing?
There is something seriously wrong with you. You silly old bat.
Nonsense. I am just getting old.
I'm older than you are, and you don't hear me splashing about all night. You're going to quack.
No, I'm not.
Please, for my sake. I can't sleep with you rattling the plumbing every 10 minutes.
I don't like our doctor.
That's all right. He doesn't like you either.
I'm not going.
Lunch at the Royal?
Don't be mean.
Our own private room. With the sweets trolley.
Oh, go away.
Black Forest Gatto. Dripping profiterole.
Don't.
Followed by passionate lovemaking in a bath full of Zambaglione.
God. I give in. Take me to your quack.
Are you sure I can't help?
Geoffrey, you have asked me 6 times if you can help me, and I have told you 6 times that I can manage quite well on my own. Thank you.
I'll tell you what, why don't we have a really good time this evening and give Volvo a polish?
I don't think I could stand the excitement.
Have I done something to upset you, Jane?
You have broken Harvey's nose.
He slept with my wife.
I don't believe that for a minute.
He had Marian's teeth marks in his neck.
They were self-inflicted.
You can't bite yourself in the neck, look. See, it's impossible.
Well, if he did do a thingy with Marian, and I'm not saying he did, it was just his way of trying to win me back.
Oh, I see. He was trying to woo you by sleeping with my wife.
Yes.
Sometimes I get a bit fed up with everybody sleeping with my wife. They never consult me first. I mean, sometimes I feel a bit left out. I mean, I am her husband.
Well, why don't you keep her locked up in a lead-lined box, sunk in concrete?
Has Harvey won you back?
It's none of your business.
Well, what about us?
There never was an us, Geoffrey. You are a married man.
But I'm getting a divorce.
There's no such thing as divorce. Once you have made your vows, that's it, forever and ever. Amen. Marian is your wife, and I suggest you go straight back to her and nail the slut to the floor.
Excuse me, God. Why did you make all women strange? And some stranger than others, and some stranger than those. And finally, with all the really strange bits that you had left over, why did you use them to make the women in my life? Hey, tell me. I need an answer. A postcard will do.
Ow!
The foot hurts, does it?
No, not at all. I was just saying ow for the sheer hell of it. Where is the usual doctor?
He's on holiday.
Oh, yes, that's typical. Slightest suspicion of a chill and they're off to Barbados, burning money and bouncing up and down with some blonde bimbo.
Walking tour of Wales with his mother.
Same thing.
You can come and sit down now.
Just a minute. You haven't finished. I haven't done my downstairs bits.
I don't think that'll be necessary. I've got a pretty good idea of what's wrong with you.
Barbed wire knickers. In a taxi.
I thought you said barbed wire knickers. So, in the immortal words of the late, great Bugs Bunny, what's up, Doc?
Have you been having eyesight problems lately?
Look, we're talking about my foot and my waterworks. I don't see through my feet or through my bum.
She's got an appointment with the optician next week.
Oh, well. Might as well cancel it.
What? You mean I'm not going to make it through until next week? Oh, my God.
I meant your present condition is probably affecting your eyesight.
So what is it?
You're tired. You have urinary problems, you're forever thirsty, and you have an ulcerous condition on your foot.
I know. I've just told you that. Now, you tell me something.
And you're suffering from slightly blurred vision.
Well, what have I got, for God's sake?
This is like a panel game. What's my disease? Do you have a mystery guest?
Tom. Doctor?
I think you have maturity onset diabetes.
Diabetes? Well, that's too much sugar.
That sort of thing. Insulin production gone a bit haywire. I want you to see a specialist. Meanwhile, here's a diet sheet. And I'll prescribe you some pills to tide you over.
Does this mean I can't have sex in a bath of Zabayone?
Dear Mr. Baines, we regret to inform you that your application for membership of the Chorley Golf Club has been turned down. And as this is the 7th time you have been rejected, we request that you do not attempt to apply again before the year 2044? What do you suppose this means, Jane?
It means that you can't apply for 50 years. They're saying, try again when you're 90.
Oh. Well, at least they haven't turned me down flat.
No, they're obviously dying to have you.
I heard on the grapevine it was because I was a bachelor.
Oh, I heard it was because you were now, what was it? A dreadful little two-faced Nazi zit who should be buried with a stake through his heart.
Jane!
I was just quoting Betty Salmon, the secretary of the golf club.
That's nonsense. They just couldn't cope with a real live wire, a real live single wire, moving in and stealing all their wives' hearts.
Oh, I expect you're right, Harvey.
So I worked out a plan, Jane.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to reapply as a married man.
But you're not a married man.
No, but I could be.
How?
By getting married, Jane.
Oh, yes.
And who do you think I should marry, Jane?
I don't know. Oh, why don't you pop down the dump and see what discarded sluts you can dig up there?
Jane! Jane, look at me.
I am.
I'm going to reward you today, Jane. I'm going to give you something that you've been craving ever since you set foot in this place.
A proper week's pay?
I'm going to give you the greatest gift I could bestow on any woman. I'm going to give you...
Yes.
I'm going to give you me.
What?
Me, I am giving myself to you, Jane, as your husband.
Oh, Harvey, is this a proposal?
Oh, don't be stupid, Jane. I'm just telling you what's going to happen. Now, what do you say?
What do I say?
What do you say?
I say no.
Good, then that's all settled. I shall talk to your grandfather about a suitable dowry. I dare say that between the two of you, you should be able to scrape up enough money to give me a decent car for our honeymoon. Or at least my honeymoon. Well, I don't think that both of us could be away from here at the same time. So I thought I'd go off to Palm Springs and play a few rounds with Frank What did you say?
I said no.
No what?
No, thank you. I do not wish to marry you.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. You've been trying to tie me up for donkey's years.
That was before.
Before what?
Before now. Before I woke up and saw the world in its true light. I may be a 37-year-old virgin.
Oh, Jane, please don't be tacky.
I might have been left on the shelf, and I might not be quite as sexy as Michelle Pfeiffer.
It's a silent P, Jane.
Oh, all right, I'll wait till you come back.
Just go on.
But I have discovered of late that I am not totally unattractive.
Yes, you are.
Oh, quiet.
You don't mean Geoffrey. You don't mean because that wandering pudding has taken a bit of a shine to you that you now think you're halfway human.
I have discovered a bit of self-respect, and I certainly wouldn't marry someone who has just come straight from a harlot's bed.
I have not come straight from Marion's bed.
Oh, really? Oh, I knew it wasn't true. Oh, tell me it's not true.
It isn't true, Jane. I've been all over the place since then. Off-licence, chemists, doctors for a rabies shot.
I am not marrying you. I am marrying someone else.
What? Who?
I am taking the veil.
Veil? What veil?
The veil of the Lord. I'm going to be a bride of Christ. I'm going to become a nun.
Oh, don't be so ridiculous. I can't marry a nun. How would it look on the beach?
Stupid! I am rejecting you and your offer of marriage.
I don't believe it. She's turned me down. No one's ever turned me down. Oh, yes, they have. Everyone who was ever any good has turned me down. Therefore, if Jane has turned me down... My God, but she's a fine woman.
Oh, what did you put in this tea? Tastes like gnat's whittle.
Artificial sweetener.
Well, I want sugar.
You can't have sugar.
Well, get me a cup of gin.
It's 10:30 in the morning and you can't have alcohol anyway.
Who says?
It's solid sugar.
Okay. Well, get me a shotgun. If I can't have a decent cup of tea and I can't have a drink, I want a shotgun.
What for?
To pick my nose with. What do you think? I want to end it all.
Diana, you're being very silly. Why don't you stop all this doom and gloom and not getting out of bed and jump up and come outside and smell God's good air and see the glory of his heavens?
Ali bloody Lulia. Listen, you silly old sponge bag. I have got maturity onset diabetes. Do you know what that is? It is an old people's disease. It's the next nail in the coffin. It's another grey signpost on the way to the graveyard.
Oh, Diana.
Don't you see what's happening to us, Tom? It's creeping up on us. Your heart, my hips, your prostate, my diabetes. I mean, what are we waiting for? An embossed invitation? Can't you hear him? The Grim Reaper is yelling his message loud and clear. Come in, you two, your time is up. Move along. Next stop, senility, death, and oblivion.
I don't think you really see the fun side of this.
Hello there, anyone home?
Oh, here's Jamie. He'll cheer you up. In here, old chum.
Do you mind? I'm in bed.
Dear God! I'm obviously too late. She looks terrible. Oh, it strikes so quickly. What is it, me old love? Kidney failure?
Oh, Jamie.
Or is it the old gangrene? The last time I knew someone with diabetes, they started with the gangrene, then they went on to the kidney failure, and then they went blind. But it was the heart attack that really finished them off. Anyway, just thought I'd pop in to cheer you up.
This chair is quite unnecessary.
If I'm going to die and go to hell, I'm not bloody well walking there.
You're letting it get out of all proportion.
You heard what Jamie said.
Oh, for goodness sake, he was also the man who said that Margaret Thatcher would be Prime Minister.
Tom,
What?
Margaret Thatcher was Prime Minister.
Oh, yes. So she was.
He does know we're here, does he? I mean, we haven't slipped through into some other dimension and become totally invisible or anything.
You're going to be all right. Stop fretting.
Not fretting. Just don't want to spend my final days being ignored. Oi!
Your file. Like to be in possession of all the facts.
Well, how long have I got?
15, 20 minutes.
Oh.
For goodness sake. He meant for the appointment, not for your life.
I know that. I was joking.
Well, not. You're terrified.
No, I'm not. So, how long have I got?
To do what?
Well, to live, you fathead. Why do you think we're here? When do I go into the coma?
Miss Trent.
And what about the injections? I mean, diabetics are always spiking themselves up all over the place, aren't they? I can't do my own injections. I can't. Anything else, but not the needles.
Miss Trent, it's not that sort of diabetes. It's mild diabetes. No injections. With a bit of luck, we can control it with diet and exercise.
See?
Well, you mean I'm not going to go blind or get gangrene?
Old wives' tales, dear. I don't know what they taught you in your day, but your average Anglo-Saxon is still in the Dark Ages when it comes to knowledge of modern medicine.
We like to have something to get our knickers in a knot about.
Plenty of that when you've spoken to Eleanor, my lovely dietitian. Believe me, she'll ruin your day.
Of course, there are a lot of things that you would think had no sugar and were very healthy. You know what this is?
Donkey-sized suppository?
Bananas are sweet, and so is fruit juice. Mind you, you can have all of these things in small portions, and the same when it comes to things with a high fat content.
Yes, never mind all that. Let's get to the important stuff. Booze.
Do you have a drink problem, Miss Trent?
Only when pubs are shut, love.
A tank of gin of an evening.
Well, alcohol can increase the problem as it affects the hormones that keep the blood sugar level up. But if you just have one gin with a slimline tonic and always on a full stomach, then you shouldn't come to much harm.
One nip of gin after dinner? Oh, boy, I'll really be leaping on the table and flashing my knickers at the sailors.
There's more to life than boozing and whoring, you know.
What?
Well, give me a few days. I'll think of something. We'll be all right. It's just another one of life's little hurdles.
There is, of course, the holistic approach.
What?
Self-management. How do you stand with regard to your own health? Do you manage it yourself or leave it to others? What is your health belief model? What is your locus of control?
Tell her.
I'm afraid Diana is a bit of a primitive when it comes to any sort of alternative thinking.
Hippie claptrap.
See? Fine. But there is one psychological point I would emphasise, and that's stress control. Personal rows, confrontations, all that sort of thing must be avoided.
No arguments?
That's all right, no problem. Diana is well known for her sweet temper and her amenable disposition.
He is the world's pole vault champion.
You put me in a bit of a quandary, Geoffrey. I mean, asking me about your chances with Jane. I mean, I am Jane's grandfather.
But surely you think I'd be better for her than the idiot Baines?
I think a maggot-ridden dead dog would be better for her than the idiot Baines. But you are a married man, and we are a good Irish Catholic family who believe in hell and damnation.
But you've been married 5 times.
Yes, but I've been to confession after every divorce. So I'm okay. You're not a Catholic, so you'll just be being wicked.
So you also think I should go back to Marion?
She is the mother of your children.
But am I the father of my children?
Ah, well, that's one of life's great unanswerables. I don't suppose Marion even knows the answer to that one.
She doesn't even remember having children. Every morning she asks the kids who the hell they are, what they're doing in the kitchen.
Maybe she's just a lost soul crying out for love.
You think so?
All women want a little excitement in their lives, you know, Geoffrey.
She had an affair with a trapeze artist once, on his trapeze. And she said that was exciting. But he dropped her eventually.
Maybe you should make yourself a little bit more exciting.
I'm in dairy products. There's not much room for excitement in yoghurt and cheese slices.
Look, why don't you jazz yourself up a bit? Go back to your wife and make her fall for you all over again. Be a different person.
You mean go in disguise?
No, that's not what I meant. But now you mention it, why not?
Hello, Jean. I came as fast as I could. Now, what's this emergency? Someone sick, are they? Yes, me. I am sick. At least my soul is sick. Dear, oh dear. That does sound serious. I have decided to give myself to the Lord. Well, and I'm sure he'll be glad to have you. What exactly do you mean, dear? I want to be like you. I want to be a nun. I want you to show me the path to heaven. I see. Look, why don't we take a little walk and have a nice chat?
My God. She's serious.
There you are, Tom. Black Forest Gatto, or as we call it, non-white Forest Gatto.
Yummy!
And for you, Diana, a cheese biscuit. Enjoy.
Is this some kind of joke?
Certainly not. I have spent hours with Jenny and the chef working out a balanced diet sheet for you. You can have a bit of ice cream on Wednesday week.
Oh, great! Hung on a carnival to celebrate. Oh, look! Jamie's feeding up old Brenda Cook.
Where? see anything? What did I miss? Are you all right?
Diana, I have to talk to you. I need your advice.
Chop your head off.
What?
Chop your head off. That's my advice. If you've got a bit of a problem, pop down the butcher's, get him to chop your head off, and all your problems will go away.
I presume that's a joke.
No? What do you want?
It's Jane. Tom, what are you doing?
Well, it seems that my pudding has just disappeared into a Bermuda Triangle of Black Forest Gatto. Or maybe some daft old woman is risking her health by behaving like a disgusting old pig.
Mustn't stress me.
Just concentrate on my problems, please.
Which problem in particular, Harvey?
Jane won't marry me.
What?
She won't what?
I asked her to marry me. She said no.
I don't believe it. Has she really got that much sense?
How exactly did you phrase this proposal?
I pointed out the tax breaks of marriage, the golf club advantages, well, the obvious choice of being Mrs. Harvey Nigel Baines.
And she turned you down. Totally amazing.
Right.
Did you say you loved her?
What?
Love is usually an ingredient in the marriage proposal. You say you love her, she says she loves you.
Oh. No, we must have missed that bit.
Well, try again. Get down on your knees, declare your love, and beg for her hand.
In a bag with chips.
I think it's too late. She says she's going to become a nun.
Well, she says that at least 3 times a year.
No, but this time she's serious. She's taking instructions from Sister Sheila.
She has resorted to the Pope's penguins? She must be serious.
And what about me? I'll miss her.
As a slave?
No, as Jane. I quite sort of like her.
Did you hear that?
Ow.
Yes, it is him. I thought it might be an imposter.
Ow.
You're right.
What do you mean?
Well, it's just that you seem to have expressed a genuine sentiment for the first time in your life.
Quite turned my stomach.
Well, Pop, if you want my advice, I suggest you go to Jane and tell her that you'd miss her. See how that works.
And if all else fails, go for the sympathy boat. Tell her, if she won't marry you, you'll kill yourself. Better still, kill yourself anyway.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Here we go. Right. She wants a new man. Me, I'm a new man. Hey! Hey, darling, how you doing? Hey, you marrying a pushover?
Yes.
Yeah? Heard about ya.
And do I have the pleasure of...
Fat boy Higgins. You can call me Fat.
Oh, thank you. Fat.
Okay, babe, let's do it.
All right, here.
Well, don't be silly, Marion. Neighbours inside.
Make an interesting change.
What?
How is she?
Not good. I've just taken her blood sugar and it's up to 19.
19? We're supposed to be 9. What's she been doing?
Nothing. We've watched her diet meticulously. Then suddenly she was up and down all night, feeling wobbly and saying she had got, the chaffinch.
Chaffinch?
Well, women's waterworks thingy.
Thrush, Mr. Ballard.
What are these? What do they look like?
Oh, dear God, please make her all right. I sort of need her. Keep her bowling along, eh? Well, what's all that?
Cakes. And ice cream. Secret feast.
Oh, dear. Is she going to be all right?
Yes, I'll pop in tomorrow. Now, if you excuse me, I have to go next door to visit the really ill. Goodbye.
Caught you.
How do you feel?
How do I look?
Like absolute hell.
Then I look better than I feel.
Diana, why do you do such silly things?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, well, actually, I do. I wanted to know if it was true. Or just a load of medical bilge and baloney?
And?
It's true. There is something inside me, Tom, some unwelcome guest, and it's here to stay. It's midnight and there's a mad dog loose on the town.
But it's on a lead, Diana. Under control.
Yeah, as long as I feed it right.
Yes, and take it for walkies and go down to the vet for flu jabs and hard pad and give it the odd flea bath and buy it a nice new collar.
It's all right, all right. It was just a simple metaphor. No need to flog it to death.
It's not a terminal visitor.
No, but it is an intruder, Tom. It is a black, creeping thing. It is another stumble down the steps into the cellar.
Oh, Diana. What can I do for you?
Nothing. There's nothing anyone can do. We are on our own when we arrive on this planet, and we are even more on our own when we leave it.
We don't have to be, you know.
How so?
We could become as one.
Become as one? They don't do Siamese twin-ops in reverse, do they?
We could become joined spiritually.
Oh, no, no, gurus, thank you. I've been there in the 60s with a Maharishi Yogi Prat.
No, I don't mean that kind of mumbo-jumbo. I mean we could be joined in a simple and common ceremony.
And what is that?
It's called marriage, Diana. We could get married. Doctor, I think I've killed her.